Welcome back to TFAX, your go-to channel for all the latest buzz in the world of reality TV. Today, we have 4 fascinating stories from the 90-Day Fiancé universe that you won't want to miss. From heartfelt tributes to the trials and tribulations of love, let's dive right in. First up, we have Florian from 90 Day, the last resort who made headlines for blaming counselors for the couple's decisions regarding their relationships. He specifically calls out the counselors for their involvement in the open marriage of Gino and Jasmine. But is he right, or are the stars just looking for a scapegoat? Let's discuss this fiery topic. Next, we have a deeply emotional story, Julia Trubkina's heartbreaking loss of her beloved dog, Simba. Her grief has sparked a new venture, and we'll explore how she's channeling her pain into a new pet-centered business. This touching tribute shows a different side of Julia that fans may not have seen before. In a more somber note, we remember Dan Murphy from 90 Day Fiancé*. Following his passing last year, questions surrounding his estate have arisen. We'll look into the complications that have emerged and how his sisters are dealing with the aftermath. This story sheds light on the unexpected challenges family members face after losing a loved one. And finally, we turn to Rob Warren, who is making headlines for his emotional posts on social media following his recent struggles. Is Rob genuinely trying to change his image, or is this just a strategic move to garner sympathy? We'll break down his recent activities and the reactions from fans. Stick around as we explore these stories in depth. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates from the world of reality TV. Let's dive deeper into our first story featuring Florian from 90 Day, the last resort *. Recently, he stirred up quite a bit of controversy by blaming the show's counselors for the decisions made by the couples. Specifically, he directed his ire towards Rebecca Thomas, one of the counselors, criticizing her for what he perceived as her condoning the open marriage between Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pinda. During the tell-all episode, tensions reached a boiling point as the counselors joined the stars on stage, which prompted Florian to express his dissatisfaction openly. He seemed particularly frustrated that the counselors were involved in the couple's personal decisions, especially concerning risky choices like open relationships. Many fans sympathize with his sentiments, arguing that the counselors should be there to provide support, not influence critical relationship choices. However, it's important to consider the other side of the argument. Rebecca, along with her colleagues, has repeatedly stated that her role as a therapist is to guide and facilitate discussions rather than dictate actions. In fact, when Jasmine first proposed an open marriage, Rebecca emphasized that it wouldn't serve as a fix for underlying issues. She was clear that engaging in polyamory was not something she would advocate unless the relationship was healthy. Florian's strong reaction seems to stem from a blend of personal feelings and societal expectations surrounding relationships, especially when it involves sensitivity such as open marriages. As the situation unfolded, it became evident that Jasmine was entering the resort with specific intentions about her relationship dynamics. Discussions about ground rules for the open marriage were made well before Rebecca entered the picture, and Gino was fully aware of Jasmine's stance. While many believe that the counselors could have done more to educate the stars about the potential consequences of their choices, others argue that ultimately, each individual is responsible for their relationship decisions. Gino's choice to participate in the open marriage was his own, and instead of insisting that the blame lies solely with the counselors, perhaps a deeper reflection is in order. In the end, Florian's blame game may be more about deflecting responsibility than a fair critique of the counselors. After all, as adults, it's crucial for each individual to take ownership of their choices in relationships. So, what do you think? Should the counselors be held accountable for the decisions of their clients, or should couples bear the responsibility for their own actions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on to our second story, we're focusing on Julia Trubkina and the heartbreaking loss she recently experienced with the passing of her beloved dog, Simba. Julia took to social media to share her grief and honor her loyal companion, who had been by her side through thick and thin. Simba played an integral role in Julia's life, and his loss has left a significant void. Julia expressed that her love for Simba inspired her to create a new venture, a pet-centered company called Kingdom of Dogs. This business is a tribute to the bond they shared and showcases her passion for pets and their well-being. Julia's journey on *90-Day Fiancé has not just been about her relationship with Brandon. It's also been a window into her deep connection with her furry family members. Fans were touched by her heartfelt message, where she reminisced about the many wonderful experiences she shared with Simba. She described how much joy he brought her life, emphasizing the pure, unconditional love that pets offer. Julia posted an emotional photo of herself with Simba during his last moments, showcasing the love and care she had for him. In her caption, she poured out her heart, saying, "Run on the rainbow, my boy. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me." This poignant tribute not only reflects Julia's grief, but also highlights the significant role pets play in our lives. As Julia navigates this painful time, she is channeling her sorrow into something positive with her new business, aiming to help other pet owners and honor Simba's memory in a meaningful way. Fans are seeing a different side of Julia, one that reveals her compassion and resilience. She's not just another reality TV personality. She's a person who loves deeply and is willing to grow from her experiences. Julia's new endeavor could be her way of transforming her heartache into a proactive venture that celebrates the joys of pet ownership. It's a reminder that while loss is profoundly painful, it can also inspire positive change and new beginnings. So, what do you think about Julia's journey? Have you ever turned a personal loss into something that honors a loved one? Share your experiences with us in the comments below. Now, let's shift our focus to the third story, which centers around Dan Murphy from *90-Day Fiancé*. Unfortunately, we have to acknowledge the news of his passing, which sent shockwaves through the fan community. Dan, who was a memorable figure during his season and known for his search for love, passed away on December 11, 2024. His family announced the tragic news, stating that he had been experiencing health issues for several years before his death. Dan's journey on the show was filled with ups and downs as fans watched him navigate the complex world of online dating. He famously pursued a relationship with Lana, whom he met through a dating website, but their relationship was fraught with challenges. Dan faced heartache and disappointment during his time on the show, ultimately coming to terms with the fact that not all love stories end happily. Now, following his passing, an unsettling situation has arisen concerning Dan's estate. Reports suggest that he did not leave behind a last will and testament, and with no spouse or children to inherit his assets, the future of his estate has become a focal point of discussion. His sisters, Robin Polinsky and Cheryl Hastings, are stepping forward as next of kin, seeking to manage his estate according to what they believe he would have wanted. This raises significant questions about how we prepare for the inevitable and the complications that can arise when someone passes away without clear instructions. While Dan may have struggled to find love during his life, his family's struggles to settle his affairs emphasize that love can come in many forms, including family bonds that need to be navigated in difficult times. As we reflect on Dan's life and legacy, it's a poignant reminder of the realities of life and the importance of having these conversations about end-of-life preparations. We'll be keeping Dan's family in our thoughts during this challenging time and hope they can find closure and peace as they navigate through the complexities surrounding his passing. What are your thoughts on this situation? How do you feel about the importance of having a will to ensure your wishes are honored? Let us know in the comments below. And finally, let's talk about Rob Warren from *90-Day, The Last Resort *. Recently, he has been making headlines not just for his participation in the series, but for his emotional posts on social media that seem aimed at rehabilitating his public image. Viewers may remember Rob from his tumultuous relationship with Sophie Sierra, where he often found himself at the center of drama and conflict. In his recent posts, Rob has opened up about his feelings, sharing vulnerable moments regarding his dog, Rome, who has been battling health issues. His affection for Rome has brought a softer side to his persona, which has been scrutinized in the past. Fans were particularly touched when he commented on Julia Trubkina's heartfelt post about her late dog, Simba. Rob expressed his condolences, saying he dreads the day he has to say goodbye to his own furry companion. This display of empathy caught the attention of many who may have previously viewed him as simply a controversial figure. Rob's recent shift in focus towards his dog and his emotional transparency could be his attempt to show followers that he has depth beyond the reality TV drama. As he faces difficult times with his pet's health, he's been sharing updates and showcasing his nurturing side, which might be a strategy to soften his image. While some fans may question his motives, wondering if this is simply a means to gain sympathy and improve his public perception, it's essential to recognize the complexity of human emotions, especially in the face of loss and uncertainty. As Rob continues to navigate these personal challenges, it sparks a wider conversation about authenticity in reality TV. Can reality stars genuinely share their struggles with the public, or is it all a performance for likes and views? We'd love to hear your thoughts on Rob's journey and whether you believe his recent actions represent true growth or a calculated image revision. So, what do you think? Is Rob genuinely trying to change how fans see him, or is it just another chapter in the ever-complicated world of reality television? Let us know your opinions in the comments below.